Good morning, and I'm so glad that everybody is on this morning for our leadership weekly meeting, our Silvers and Above. I'm excited to have Shyanne Hathaway on here. And the thing that I love about the fact that Shyanne is on here is that she's still on here because she was the first person to join us 7 years ago. And I'm grateful that I didn't and that she didn't quit because sometimes I haven't always been the best leader. So Shyanne, thank you for sticking in there with me. And Scott and Shyanne are diamonds in doTERRA. And they have been recently hit the road to work with their family, or to work with they're in a fifth well. Pretty awesome. So real quick, I want to start out and show you guys Cheyenne's video that she recently did telling her story. So I'm going to share my screen. And then I'm going to go back to, okay, hang on a second, you guys. Let me make this a little bit smaller. Okay, here we go. Sorry. I want to show you, I wanted to do a little introductory video of everybody that's presenting, and I'm trying to get my naked thing to pull up. Here we go. Okay. Someday I'll be really handy with the computer. Share screen. Here we go.
Into essential oils because of me, because I have some issues that have caused a lot of heartache, a lot of hard things. And to be able to use essential oils to overcome those health issues, I mean, it's a continuous process for me. It's not something that can be overcome in a day. So anyway, so it's helped me be a better mom. It's helped me be able to feel like I can have more than one kid because my kids are healthier than, like, in the first 6 months of my little guys. I have a 7-year-old, and when he was about 6 months old, he was just in and out of the doctor's office all the time. We were just always going in and out. And so just to see him get, I mean, he has been well for 7 years now. We haven't had to go back into that doctor's office for 7 years. We were there for 7 months straight. And so just to have my kids be well, it's just been one of the most amazing things in our family.
All right. Thank you, Shyanne. That was a very inspirational video. So Shyanne, you can go ahead and share your screen now. You can have a turn. That was Cheyenne's video that she did at our leadership retreat. And you guys, they are all finished. So text me and I will get you your finalized copy of your video because they're finally done. We got them this week. So Shyanne is going to present to us on leveraging your time. Keep us some secrets on, she does homeschool and she builds the business, and she's, a rockin' businesswoman. She's going to share her secrets with us. So Shyanne, take it away.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I have to warn you, Scotty was supposed to be back and he's not. So I have a baby on my lap eating Cheerios. I have another one behind me crying in a hammock, and I don't know where the other one is. So we're doing awesome today. So if I can do it, anybody can do it. That's my message to you today. All right, so I am so grateful for this opportunity to present to you guys.
Can I get this going again? Because it was a lot.
Oh, I can hear somebody. Sorry. I have been, in the last few, I don't know, probably 6 or 7 months, I've been really fine-tuning my business and my time. I'm a homeschool mom. I've got 3 kids, a 5-year-old, a 7-year-old that I homeschool, and then I have a baby, which just throws a little wrench in things when it comes to just everyday life. Very unpredictable. I'm sure you guys all know, you're probably all moms, and you know how it is when you've got a baby in town. So I'm going to talk to you about leveraging your time and how to do multiple things at once. Last week, I had the opportunity to spend some time with a team member of mine in Colorado, and she was just telling me, she's like, oh, I just don't know how you do it. I don't have any time. I said, we all have time. I do about, I would say 85% of my business with my kids with me present. So pretty much the only time I don't have my children with me is if I'm at a class or a one-on-one, and that's pretty much it. I actually, this will sound weird, but I actually love utilizing my time with my kids to help share oils, because most people that I'm trying to share oils with have kids. So, you know, and they're usually with their kids, and I'm usually with my kids. And so it's actually a great time to be able to, you know, connect on common ground with people at play groups, at homeschool groups, you know, while we're hiking or whatever it is that we're doing. So there's pretty much 3, hold on a second. I'm trying to do a training. Please behave and help your sister be happy, okay? Sorry about that. So there's 3 things that I really utilize when it comes to leveraging my time. So time blocking is huge, and I'm going to go into that here in a minute. Not only time blocking my time, but time blocking children's time. And as a homeschool mom, my kids are with me. Like I said, I mean, my kids are with me all the time, pretty much all the time. So not only am I time blocking my time, but I'm time blocking their time so that we can figure things out. So hopefully these tips will be really helpful for you while, you know, it's summertime. So most of you probably have your kids with you most of the time. So I hope this will help in some way. All right, another thing is to involve your children. So I'm going to tell a little bit more about that. Any of you that are on my team know my kids as well as you know me, because they are always with me. Use and personalize automated programs. So I'm going to talk more about it too. So the first thing is time blocking. So group-like activities, try to do in about 1-hour blocks, and time block with your kids. So this is just an example of what I've done with my kids and how I've actually helped time block their time. Hold on a second, I'm going to have to mute myself, I'm afraid. Go in the trailer. Okay, go in the trailer. Until you guys can finish this up. Okay, I couldn't mute myself. Hopefully you couldn't hear me telling my kids to go to the trailer because they're being awful, of course. Okay, so time blocking, group-like activities, 1-hour blocks, time block with your kids. So like activities, for example, if I am working on sampling somebody, I don't talk to them and put their samples together and then take them to their samples all at the same time, you know, or in the same hour. What I'm likely to do is I'm going to be contacting people, you know, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's texting, at the same time that maybe I'm, you know, chatting, messaging people about classes, or if they want to host classes, and, you know, I'll be messaging, texting, emailing kind of at the same time. And then I'll, you know, and sometimes I'll be doing this sitting next to my children as they're doing their schoolwork, or as they are doing their chores or something like that. And then when it comes to actually sampling, what I like to do is my kids love making samples with me. So both Tuxin and Zay, my 5 and 7-year-old, have their own little thumb savers. The little, I don't know what is that what they're called? Thumb savers? Basically, they put the caps, they put the reducers on little sample bottles. And so they'll help me. I'll put the oils in the bottles, and then they'll put the reducers on top, and then they'll put the lids on top of the bottles, and they'll put the sticker on top of the lids. So I let my kids help me when it comes time to making samples all the time, and they love it. And then they can match, you know, the oils with the stickers, and they learn how to read, and I don't know, it's great, it's awesome. So, you know, and then when it comes to actually sending out the samples, I'll take the samples to people, or I'll drop them off at the post office or something when I'm out and about. And so that might be grouped with, you know, on my way to a homeschool activity, I'll drops them off, or I'll take my samples with me, you know, to people in my homeschool groups, because those are the people that I tend to spend time with. All right, so time block with your kids. So if you look on the screen, I have my 7-year-old's daily chart. So as you can see, I have a column where I have everything that my child might do in the day, well, that I might tell them to do in the day. And then I have a do column, and then I have a done column. And so I have things that my kids do every single day. Every day they need to get dressed, make bed, and say prayers. They need to clean their room. They need their breakfast. You know, they need to do certain things every single day. And then the optional things that I might have them do every day, or I might not have them do every day, are like, you know, different chores. I have them do different chores all month long. So there's 4 main chores that they do throughout the month. So they get really, really good at that chore. But I might, you know, I'm not going to have them clean the bathroom every day. That might be a once a week thing. And so I'll put a little dot next to the clean the bathroom, so they know they need to do that. You know, and then depending on what kind of school lesson we're doing for the day, you know, that changes. And so I'll put different things next to, you know, dots next to the different things I'm having them do. And then when they've done it, they get to mark, they get to put a little dot next to the things that they've done. And my 7-year-old can do pretty much everything on his chart by himself. So what I will do, I have like a marble system where 4 marbles equals $1, and I have a little baggie with 4 marbles, and I will pin it to the top of this chart. And when he has done everything that has a dot next to it, that is basically, you know, do this, buddy. Once he has all of those things done, then he gets 4 marbles, which equals $1. For some people, sometimes the marbles don't work so well. Like with my 5-year-old, she could care less about money, but she cares a lot about screen time. She loves to watch just a little video on the iPad. She loves the Andy Griffith Show, different things like that. And so for her, I don't tie the marbles to her thing because she could care less about money, but I just say, if you do all of these things, as soon as all of these things are done, then you can watch an Andy Griffith Show. And she will do all of those plus some to watch her show. And so just know your kids, know what they view as rewards, and then use that in time block. And this little daily chart will give me 1 to 2 hours of time where I'm, you know, like my kids will interrupt here and there, but for the most part, they'll just do it. And, you know, it might take a little bit of training, a day or two, to really help them figure out how everything is done, maybe a little bit longer. I've been doing this with my kids for a while, and so I'm not exactly sure how long it takes to train them on these anymore. But you know, it'll give you a good amount of time, like 1 to 2 hours, where you can just break through some stuff. And you know, things like, I have math on here. If you have your kids practicing math or something for this summer, you can just sit down next to them while you're maybe texting people about hosting classes, or texting them about, you know, if they want samples, that type of thing. You can just be sitting there next to your kids and helping them as you go. So, because, you know, like, they're going to need help with things here and there, but if you're all in the same area, that means you're not going to have to move somewhere. They're not going to have to move somewhere. They'll just be right there, and you're going to be right there, and you can help each other. So there's my children's time blocking. Okay, so a few things that kids can do. So they can help make samples. They can actually help with videos. They can pass oils around at a class. So yes, I do have had my kids come to classes with me, and they can be quite helpful. They can share. I can't even tell you how many times my kids, you know, a kid will get hurt in the playground, and my 7-year-old or 5-year-old will run up to me and say, "Mom, get your oils out, this person's hurt." And, you know, they're telling the mom, "My mom has some oils and they can help with a cut. Look at this ouchie that I got the other day." And the mom is like trying to console her kid, and my kids are over there like showing them her, you know, their healed cuts and scrapes and stuff. And she's like, "Oh, that's nice." Anyway, so my kids are great at sharing. And then produce sharing opportunities for your kids too. It's anyway, so I'm going to go back to help with videos because see this picture. So see this picture. This is a picture of me and my daughter Zalia. So one day I was getting ready, and pretty much my kids are like, "Mom, where are you going?" whenever I get ready, right? And I said, "Hey, I'm not going anywhere. I'm actually getting ready to do a video on time blocking." And she says, "Oh, Mom." Oh, so she disappears. It's like, "Okay, Mom, that's cool." And she disappears. And so a few minutes later, she comes back and she's combed her hair and she has lip gloss on. And it's hard to see in this picture, but I have a black and white striped shirt on that's identical to hers pretty much, without the lace around the top, under my cardigan. And she had on this black and white shirt. And she says, "All right, Mom, I'm ready to help you with your video." And part of me was just wanting to, like, I actually had 3 videos that I was going to do. And I just wanted to bust through them. And so I'm thinking, oh my gosh, like, really? Your dad's in the other room. Can I just get this done? But I looked at her and she was just so ready. She had spent, the last 10 or 15 minutes while I was finishing getting ready and prepped, getting herself ready and prepped. And I just said, "You know what, sis, you can help. I would love your help." And she just beamed from ear to ear, and she went and got her little chore chart, and we talked about time blocking together on a video that I did for my team. And I just want you to look at her face and tell me what you see in her face. I'm going to tell you what I see in her face. I see that she has confidence in herself. This is after we did the video, by the way. I see that she has confidence and that she's proud of a job well done. And she has more knowledge now. She learned, oh my goodness, so she learned a little bit more about time blocking. She learned why we do it in our business. And she learned that she can do hard things. She can help Mom in tough situations, in situations that are maybe expanding for her. May not be hard for me, but definitely for her, to think about the things that she's going to say and then to say them. And it just shows that, if Mom can do it, then they can do it. If Mom can do it with kids, then they can do it for sure. So, and I just love that picture of her because it just beams all of those things that she helped me. She did a really neat thing. And anyway, it's just amazing to me what my children, what I see in their faces after they've helped me in my business somehow. And that's something priceless that nobody can teach them but me. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to talk about is automation. And this picture looks really weird, but that's okay. So what was it, around November? So I'm going to be real with you guys. I had, and my team, a lot of my team knows this, but I had a year and a half or so that was extremely hard on me. I'm not going to go into any details, but I was a little bit AWOL in my doTERRA business for some time. I was really struggling. I mean, I did some things, I did some basic things, but I wasn't really in it. And my team, I think my team felt that. They felt I let them down, and it's something that I really, really feel bad about. But Jen started talking to me last November, and I told her, I really want to hop back in. I don't know where to start. So I feel like I don't have any time. This is something that I talk to a lot of people about these days, is about time. I'm like, I have all these things I'm doing. I would really like to free up some time. I would really like to have a copy of me. And Jen says, you need automation. And so we started talking about it, and she led me to a couple different programs. And since then, I've figured out a few more things on my own. So one of the things that I've been working on is Oil Camp. And this is a 2-week, let's see. So this is my Oil Camp schedule, and this is going to look really hectic because I'm not there to like point at things and to show you what I have here, but this is my Oil Camp schedule. So Oil Camp is a 2-week camp, basically, that it helps educate people on oils. So when somebody, and all right, so let me back up a second. Okay, so oil camp is a 2-week thing. It's a Facebook event, and it runs for 2 weeks. And every day for 2 weeks, we post anywhere from 4 to 6 posts. And these posts will have tidbits about essential oils. They will have articles that people can read, and they will have videos that different people on my team have made about different oils or different supplements, different things that people need to know about after they've first enrolled. And so my oil camp program is 45 days if you're just doing the educational part, and another 45 days if you're wanting to do the business. We have a business camp that comes along after the oil camp. So there's Oil Camp 1, which is the 10 basic oils, and then we have Oil Camp 2, which is a wellness camp. So it talks about different supplements. It talks about the doTERRA wellness pyramid, fitness, exercise, reducing toxins, and how to reduce stress and rest management, that type of thing. And then there's Emotions Camp, which is also a 2-week program, which talks about everything oils and emotions. And so this is a program for newly enrolled members on my team. And so putting the program together initially is a bit of a pain, and it takes some time, and there's a lot of work and effort and teamwork involved in it. But once you have it created, it's something that you can run over and over and over again effortlessly with an auto poster such as Tiny Torch or Post My Party. And so it's really, really convenient to put on autopilot, and I feel like I have a copy of myself, right? I can go ahead and post all this content at different times, and I actually have different team members of mine that are now helping with posting the content, and it's just up to me to do some of the smaller details. But I also have an amazing assistant who helps me with a lot of these things, and so I'm putting in very few hours at this point. Finally, after 6 months of pouring my heart and soul into putting Oil Camp together, I'm able to reap the benefits a little bit more of. It's kind of like creating residual income, right? You put a lot of work and effort into it up front, and then after you've built a team or whatnot, then you are able to have a little bit more time freedom. And so that's what Oil Camp has done for me. I feel like it's created a residual classes, if you will, or education that my whole entire team can utilize. And then I basically created this whole online system for my team so that they can utilize it as well. So we also have Wellness Wednesdays, which are basically classes that are for members or members of my team or any prospect that wants to learn more about the oils. They hop onto a Wellness Wednesday. They can learn about the oils, and they can learn about the different memberships, and they can learn whether they want to be a user, a sharer, a builder. And it's all on Facebook. It's all on Facebook events. And then people can sign up, and once they sign up, they start with Oil Camp. And then the HTGTM is how to get the most out of your membership. So that's just basically what I just said. It's how to get the most out of your membership. It talks about everything LRP. And then anyway, from there, people can go to Share 101, and then they can go to Business Camp. So that's Oil Camp in a nutshell. I also utilize Synduit a little bit. You can look up Synduit if you want. A lot of people already use it. So anyway, that's the basics about automation, and then hiring things out once you have the time. As silver, if you're silver or gold, you might be able to hire a few things out here and there. But once you hit, platinum and diamond, I highly suggest that you really start hiring things out that just aren't in your expertise or in your zone of genius, so that you can utilize your time for the things that are really important. And that's been my goal. Now that I've got Oil Camp figured out and I've got Wellness Wednesdays, I have started enrolling a lot more than I was a couple of months ago, just because I can focus my time on those things now, right? And I have a full and complete system that totally helps educate people on my team in a way that's hard for me to do living in an RV on the road. They can hop on Facebook and they can do it, and then I can follow up with them, you know, via text, via email, via messages, you know, messaging, that type of stuff, and really follow up with people and get things figured out. So anyway, thank you so much. Does anybody have any questions? Questions, comments?
I thought that was awesome, and it's a good reminder that automating really is key. And you know, the one thing that I would add is that sometimes I feel like I'm succeeding in my business the busier I am, and that's not necessarily true. You know, it's always important to look back at what you're working on, and it's like results. And if it's not, you know, and a lot of the stuff we do over and over, it's automating, and it creates. I love. So Shyanne, that was amazing. I loved it, and thank you so much.
No problem. Thanks for having me on.
Yep, it was fun to have you. So thank you, everyone.
Sorry about my...
That's okay. No, you're good. Hey, that's life as a mom, and I want people to see they can do this as a business even if they have kids. Evan knows I've breastfed my babies during class and then all sorts of things that are maybe not what most business people do, but you know, it works. Anyway, everyone have a good day. We'll meet again next week.